Hi everyone, in this video we will be doing highest common factor, that is HCF, or the greatest common divisor, GCD. These two terms mean the same thing. So what is HCF or GCD? Well, if we go by words, HCF stands for highest common factor. So let's go by words and calculate the highest common factor of 10 and 15. So HCF of 10 and 15 is equal to question mark. So it says factor. So we have to calculate the factors of 10 and 15. So factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5 and 10. And factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15. The next word that interests us is common. So what are the factors that are common between these two numbers, 10 and 15? So 1 is common, 5 is common. So the common factors are 1 and 5. The next word is highest. So what amongst these common factors is the highest factor? 5 is the highest factor. So HCF of 10 and 15 turns out to be 5. We have just calculated the factors of the said numbers and found out what are the common factors between them, and the HCF or GCD is the highest of these common factors. And if we go by definition, highest common factor is actually the greatest number that divides all the given numbers. There are various ways of calculating the HCF. One of these methods is by prime factorization. Let's do this method with the help of an example. We have to calculate the HCF of, let's say, 28 and 42. So the first step in this method is to calculate the prime factors of the given numbers. So let's calculate the prime factors of 28. If we divide it by 2, we get 14. Again, we divide it by 2, we get 7. So the prime factors of 28 are 28 is equal to 2 square into 7. Now we have to calculate the prime factors of 42. So 42, we can divide it by 2. 2 21s are 42. Again, we can divide it by 3 now. 3 7s are 21. So the prime factors of 42 can be written as 2 into 3 into 7. Now the highest common factor by using the prime factorization method is equal to the product of common prime factors with the lowest power. So we have to find out what are the prime factors that are common to both of these numbers. So it turns out that 2 and 7 are the common prime factors. So HCF is equal to, the first common prime factor is 2. Now we have to find out what is the lowest power of 2 amongst these prime factors. So the lowest power of 2 is 1. So 2 raised to 1 into the next common prime factor is 7. Again, the lowest power of 7 in these common prime factors is 1. So here we go. Here is our answer. HCF is equal to 14. So highest common factor of 28 and 42 is 14. Now another way of calculating HCF is by division method. And these are the steps for calculating HCF. Now let's again find out the HCF of 28 and 42 with the help of this method. So the first step says that divide the larger number by smaller number. So here the larger number is 42. So we have to divide 42 by 28. So 28 times 1 is 28. The remainder is 14. The second step says that if the remainder is 0, then HCF is a divisor. But in this case, the remainder is not 0. So we have to move on to the third step. Else, we have to calculate the HCF of divisor and remainder. So the divisor is 28 and the remainder is 14. So we have to calculate the HCF of 28 and 14. Now again, let's move on to step 1. Divide the larger number by smaller number. So the smaller number is the remainder. So we have to divide 28 by 14. Actually, we are moving this here. Now 14 times 2 is 28. And the remainder here is now 0. Now we can move to step 2. If the remainder is 0, then the HCF is the divisor. So this divisor is the highest common factor. So therefore the HCF of 28 and 42 is 14. Okay, let's solve this question by using the division method. What could be the highest common factor or the greatest common divisor of 100 and 125? To find out the HCF, we have to divide the larger number by the smaller number. So the larger number is 125. So we have to divide 125 by 100. So 100 times 1 is 100. The remainder is 25. Now the remainder here is not 0. So we have to again calculate the HCF of remainder and the divisor. So we have to calculate the HCF of 25 and 100. So 25 is smaller, 100 is larger. So we have to divide 100 by 25. So this 100 actually has come here. So 25 times 4 is 100. And the remainder is 0. So when you get the remainder 0, then the divisor of the last step is the highest common factor. So 25 is the HCF. Therefore HCF of 100 and 125 is 25. So 25 is the highest number or the greatest number that can divide both of these numbers.